guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to another update from WWE Updates. Today though, is simply going over the various awards for the year, a little bit of announcement as well regarding the future of the company, and just generally looking at how we placed in the top, obviously the 100 of the PW 500, and just various wrestlers' overness, maybe title prestige as well. I don't want to go on for too long, because I feel like if it goes on maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes, it can be a bit tedious. So we'll maybe try and break it down as quickly as possible to keep the flow of the show going well. So first off, we've got our awards. We'll go through that first. And Wrestler of the Year goes to Hiroshi Tanahashi. Quite gutted it wasn't Roman Reigns. I never thought I'd ever say that, but he had put up a lot of good matches this year. But the game is giving it to Tanahashi, so Japan wins with a lot of good matches. They also win Company of the Year New Japan. I thought I did okay, but maybe having too many shows for the G1 for the WWE Grand Prix, obviously they wouldn't have their proper G1 climax in this, so I'm feeling that's maybe a reason why they got it for better average ratings, so no complaints there. Team of the Year went to the team of Doi Yoshi, which is Naruki Doi and Masato Yoshino. So, understandable. We had a few tag teams that held the gold for a while, but at the end of the day, I don't think any were quite at the level that they were. Our first award we did win was Match of the Year, which I said I had a feeling it was going to be Seth versus Roman. I got a 100 rating for it, so really happy with that. And yeah, good on Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for getting Match of the Year. Show of the Year also, of course, was Battleground because that did so well. It was an okay card from what I remember. I think the main event kind of helped it. I was going to see if that was going to let me see the Show of the Year from there, the actual card, but overall, pretty happy with how that went. Young Wrestler of the Year has went to Taurus. Seems to be a luchador. Apologies if I don't know a lot of information about some of these guys. It's just one of those things. Sometimes TW, these kind of saves expand my wrestling knowledge and maybe something I'm not too familiar with. But hopefully someone that I can maybe learn about their work in the future. Veteran Wrestler of the Year went to Togi Makabe. Ironic because he's been released from us, but good on him. Good award to be won there. Female Wrestler of the Year, I was hoping was going to go to Becky Lynch. Paige wins it. She got the nod, obviously Becky with the ankle tendonitis hasn't helped her case, and Paige has delivered. So well done, Paige, and really happy that we've had this award in our company 2 years in a row. Most Improved Company went to New Japan again. They've had a strong year. Independent Wrestler went to Archangel de la Muerte, I believe. Apologies for butchering that. Manager of the Year went to Kurt Angle. So he did not make Darren Young too great, although he did win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. But he did win Manager of the Year, so that's good to see. Unemployed now because obviously CM Punk turned half the roster against him, the same as he has to Luke Harper. But it's one of those things. Kurt Angle, Manager of the Year. Announcer of the Year went to Tohito Kira. Good on him. Don't know a lot about him. And Colour Commentator of the Year went to William Regal. And with that, William Regal, basically we've had the couple of shows where the SmackDown brand wasn't quite pulling the right rating in for some reason, and I wasn't sure if it was to do with the commentary side of things. So Regal is coming up from NXT. He is going to commentate on SmackDown. So I thought, you know what? He's 48, so he's probably got another 12 years of broadcasting. Very lucky if I do 12 more years in this save. So yeah, definitely William Regal up to the main roster to commentate, or a colour commentator at least. And Referee of the Year went to Jason Ayers, who of course is one of ours. So well done to Jason. A good victory there. Another awards there. What I will say is Teeny have new head booker, and it is Wink Vasuer or Vava Vasuer. No idea how that's pronounced. Seems to be somebody that's at Shikara. Again, because I don't have a lot of access to it, I don't know a lot about Shikara, so I don't know how he's done there and what he does, but judging from that, fair enough, that's what the game wants to make happen. So before we go down to Power 500, I just want to make this quick announcement. We have decided to purchase some companies. So we did purchase PWG, but I gave them back because I didn't need use for two companies, so they're back in the game. They have no financial problems. We bailed them out. Lucha Underground, however, not so lucky. They have been taken over by us. Going to use them as a development company. I've got a lot of people signed up to take over. We'll see them in a second. But it's one of the ones where I put this up in Fantasy Bookers ages ago. I'm not too sure how it goes, but the network will probably happen after WrestleMania, and it's going to be enormous coverage everywhere. So will Lucha Underground get the full benefits for that, and will our wrestlers get the full benefits for that? Obviously, I want to assign stars to that show, so some guys are coming in just to go and work down there alongside the wrestlers already there and some development people. We'd also, I was using T-Zone's mod just to kind of have a wee look about and see the stats there. I've introduced Scottish Wrestling Alliance, they'll be just a part of the database now in this game. And a few wrestlers that I felt like were either not in the game, not in this database, and some that are maybe Scottish wrestlers that aren't in the game. Want to see how they do in this database. So BG James, that's fine. He's obviously Road Dogg. His contract was up. D'Lo Brown is going to go to Lucha Underground. There's some weird ones. There's some ones that make sense. Victoria Crawford renewing her contract. The same along with the likes of Angelo Dawkins and Xavier Woods. Kurt David is a young announcer. We're going to assign him to development. Cody Rhodes is going to re-sign and go to Lucha Underground, as is Extreme Tiger, Tigruno. Chessman. So I want to bring up, the whole Mexican type thing they do there and stuff like that. So a lot of luchadors. La Parka, whatever. Adam Rose, Ray Lapan, we'll try that. Bring in Rhino, Stevie Richards, so a bit of experience as well, some locker room leaders for them. Stu Bennett, Teddy Hart, Tyson Ducks, Yoshihiro Tajiri, B-Boy, Brent Albright. The next couple are more so for the Performance Centre and for NXT. They weren't in the database. So from Scotland, we've the likes of Lewis Girvin, Courtney Stewart, and Ryan Griffin. And wrestlers that are in NXT at the moment that weren't in this database, so I brought them over. Likes of Axel Tisha, Dylan Miley, one half of the Authors of Pain, Zim Soleimani, Josh Woods, Radimir Petkovic, Rachel Ellering, Manny Garcia, because we need some No Way Jose, Mike Rawless, Tony Macklin, not too sure what the actual WWE names are, but they are. I think one's Steve Cutler, the other one I can't remember. Sonny Dinser, the other Author of Pain, and Sabe, of course, is Tino Sabatelli, I believe, and Levi Cooper and Wan Bing as well. We've also brought in Chelsea Green, TNA, going to give her a development deal, and likes of Aero Boy, a lot of younger talents now that are going to come through. So Aero Boy, Atomic Boy, some women's wrestlers. We need to bulk up NXT women's as well. So Beautiful Bees in, Bestia 666, Buggy Nova, bringing in Cody Hall, Corvin Taylor, Crazy Mary Dobson, soon see signing as well. Dash Chizako, Demi Bennett, Dynastia, Domar Ekberg. A lot of these guys are under 27, I believe, so they're probably in development for a long time. But there's a high chance we end up going to 3 brands and making it as good as possible, maybe 4. The plan is to dominate as much as it will maybe take a bit of time between shows. Gabriel Fuerza, James Castle, Josie Macheda, Kellyanne English, Kuki Iwazaka, Lady Jaguar, Marshall Von Erich, Mary Lee Rose, Michael Finn, Mika Ida, as you can tell I had a long recruitment drive here, Michaela Smith, Nikki Valentine, Nino Diabano, Oliver Strange, Paul Riker, Pavel Kirkin, the hero, the legend that is Pavel Kirkin. No legs, has probably just went mental at that. Pete Dunne, Ross Von Erich, Sammy Baines, Sarah Electra, Sylvie Silva, I believe that is, Snail, Voila, Muscles, and Xander Jones. So a lot of people can in for development. A lot of these won't make it. Most will go to NXT. Some will go to Lucha Underground, and some of the ladies will also go to NXT Women's just to bulk up that roster. They'll learn from some good ladies there, the likes of Gail Kim's there, Victoria, probably a few others, and I think Brie Bella's down there as well. So probably our older divas, or I hate calling them divas, our older women's wrestlers will end up there as well. So that's that covered. Moving on. So actually, I'll just quickly show you development. So that's what we've got just now. signed up, so a lot there. You can see everybody that won't probably get mentioned. It's not been in the save so far, so I still get Peyton Royce down there. I've still got both the Young Bucks. I've got Matt Riddle. Ty Dillinger is now just working. He's working for Lucha Underground. In fact, the few that are already down at Lucha Underground to work is the likes of Angelico. He's going to work there again. Alex Shelley, Arisa Nakajima, Bobby Fish, Brian Cage. So a lot of guys that either work there in real life or I've just not used. Because I feel like when we go to the network, a lot of these will, help the prestige of that company and hopefully get some popularity boost themselves. Candice LeRae, Charlie Haas, Cherry Bomb, Christina Von Eri, Derek Carter, Eddie Orengo, El Texano Jr., Elias Sampson even, Harry Smith, my main man Hichikero, Jennifer Blake, Kenneth Cameron, Kyle O'Reilly, Marty Scurll, Mickey James, Ricky Banderas, Timothy Thatcher, Tomohiro Ishii and Ty Dillinger. So a lot of guys there working already, but I say it's just really to really get the underground over and probably try and take some of their companies out. So I don't want to kill it completely, I want to make it a much bigger animal. So we're just going to look at the top 100, so then we can move on to the likes of our roster and stuff. So for representing us, our top guy is Roman Reigns, and at number 6, Seth Rollins at number 7. Technically Naito is one of ours, so he's on at 8, and Cesaro at 10, Dean Ambrose at 11, Bray Wyatt at 12, he's had a great year. CM Punk in at 13, Fergal Devitt in at 19, and next up for us would be Sami Zayn, or El Generico. No, I thought they were two completely different people. 22. So if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see some of the names from likes of Japan and stuff like that, in Mexico. Big E in at 25. Shinsuke Nakamura at 27. Kevin Steen in at 29. John Cena at 31. AJ Styles at 32. And The Miz in at 33. Yoshitatsu at 35. Wow. Luke Harper in at 36. So that's good for him. Rusev with a solid rating as well in at 38. Dolph Ziggler at 40, and Ua Nation, of course, Apollo Crews at 41. So it's a good job we learn some of these athletes' real names, or we wouldn't find them in this. Despite leaving us unhappy, Bobby Roode is at 44. Jushin Thunder Liger is technically under contract, so he is 47. Randy Orton 49. Big Cass is 49, and you can't teach that. What else? We've got Samoa Joe at 55. Enzo Amore 56. So some surprising names there. Enzo Amore is ahead of Shibata. This actually happened. Darren Young in at 63. Get Bushi in there at 68. Alberto Del Rio at 70. He's now gone from the company as well. Braun Strowman at 73 is unbelievable. His friend in the Wyatt family, Baron Corbin at 74, which is just madness. They're so high. Hashimoto at 78. The former Damien Sandow is doing well for himself at 82. Brock Lesnar in at 85. Jack Swagger's doing well in Dragon Gate up at 89. And to round out the top 100, we've got Gallows and Anderson at 96 and 97. So good on them. And Jericho at 103. So he's went down considerably, but we have been jobbing him out. So that's some of the main ones. So just looking at our titles, no idea who the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is going on at the moment. If it was to be at WrestleMania, I'd like to think we'll probably put it in Strowman, pending in how we do with them. I really do intend to put Braun Strowman as champion within the next year. That's the name. Zack Sabre Jr. continues to run as ECW champion. Its prestige is stayed at 71, so excellent there. The WWE Championship is an A95. Still Roman Reigns has held it all the way since June. And the prestige for that is going to be an up-down, but ever since pretty much Roman's took it, it's been at the highest compared to what it was in April. Cruiserweight Championship is at a C62 with Kenny Omega. Obviously him and Ricochet being the two champions so far. Its prestiges went from 6 to 62. In fact, it went from 3 to 62, so well done to them for raising its prestige. The Intercontinental Championship with AJ Styles, recently made champion. Had a couple of champions in this, obviously the mistake giving it to Del Rio, but it worked out as a good storyline for Apollo Crews, who got a good storyline out of it as well. and the prestige for that is kind of flickered. 65, 70s, 71s. Overall, happy with that. Money in the Bank, 85, Ambrose and Sami Zayn. Haven't even thought about this year's winner. I don't even know who's winning the Rumble. Well, jokes. I know who's winning the Rumble, but it is what it is. SmackDown World Champion for the women's division is Emma. She obviously hasn't had a chance to defend it much because of that injury. She's due back soon. She'll have a lot of matches really to get her over as champion and continue to put her as a good champion, a good wrestler. That's prestige went from 60 to 70 since its exception, so that's good. SmackDown Championships, Usos have only just got it, but the prestige has come up from 41 to 51, and they'll continue to raise that on the SmackDown brand. Trios Champions, obviously your Wyatt family has that. Strowman, Corbin, and Harper. 2 defences so far. The problem is I don't have a lot of face factions, so that's something I need to work on as a booker. Prestige-wise, though, we're up at 70 as well, so good on them. United States Championship, The Miz has it. Had quite a few of them because of the injuries to Kevin Owens and Kurt Angle. And really, why Kalisto was champion, I don't know. But Miz has got it. He's had it since August, and he's done well. The prestige is staying at a good level. Women's Championship obviously is in Bayley. We've had a few champions in this, but it's everybody really that's deserved a turn. Charlotte's been it once, we've had Becky on it twice, and Sasha. But everybody's getting a decent level run, usually about 6 or 3 months. And Bayley's been champ since November. Prestige kind of varies, but it's good it's up at 75 B-, so high so far. Women's Money in the Bank with Emma, C62, that's fine. She did well to do that, and she cashed in well. We've always had one WWE World Grand Prix. As I say, at the time of asking, I don't have the feedback on it yet. Time of recording, sorry, but it'll be interesting to see how it's went down and how we'll change it next year if it just goes to King of the Ring format. But John Cena obviously wins it. World Championship, we've had quite a few tag champs, but again, that's giving people title runs, putting people over. Is at the right time. We had to put Nakamura and Hitami over. The next time we had to put the Guns, then Gallows and Anderson. And I felt like it was time to put the belts on the likes of Enzo and Big Cass, and the same again with Ian English and Simon Gotch. And of course, with the move to Raw, I felt like they needed the tag titles. So giving it to Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, perfect sense. And our World Heavyweight Championship, well, we've only had a couple of champions this year. 5 technically, but down as 4 because of the scene with John Cena. Because obviously you can see the glitch there, why he's got into 2 title reigns, including a 4-year reign apparently. So he now has his 16 world titles. But Nakamura, Owens, Sami Zayn, technically John Cena, and then Bray Wyatt as champions. So, to finish up, we've got our roster. And really just going to show you everybody's kind of overness at the moment. So our main eventers, AJ Styles is kind of repping about the 88s, which is good. I feel if we can keep him between 80 and 88, then that's where he'll be, probably quite high as the IC champ. Apollo Crews, dropping in the 80s, I just don't feel he's ready to go to the World Heavyweight Championship just yet. But a solid hand, might be somebody that could benefit from a draft to Raw. Baron Corbin in the 80s as well. Some places 70s, but he's really come on leaps and bounds since the main roster re-debut. Now you can see the track progress from a 37 in September to 85 in some regions. Pairing him with Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman has been a masterstroke. Big E, is 81s all round, so he's doing well. Just needs a proper storyline to get him to the main event. Braun Strowman, like Baron Corbin, popularity has been obviously still at 48 at the start of the game. Back to the main roster in October. The 48 to 84 just shows the pairing with Luke Harper being beneficial for him as well. Then Bray himself at 94, which is just incredible because he's one of the ones as well. 70s was really getting used, and then up to 100s in November. Like the storyline in the Grand Prix just really boosted his overness up, and he's really just been one of those guys that I really enjoy booking, I must say. Cesaro at 90, so he's going well. He's looking obviously like a face turn shortly, but again, someone that's just shot up. He's had a good year. Probably deserves a title run, which we'll look at in the future. CM Punk, 90s. Dean Ambrose, 92. Ziggler up to the 80s, so the feud with Cena helped him a little bit. It was a short feud, but considering where he was languishing, he's had a good run the last couple of months, and there might be one title run there. Obviously, I can't guarantee every title run. Balor up at the 90s, another one that deserves a title run. John Cena up at 94s and 93s. Kevin Owens at 87. Luke Harper 89s in some places, just unfortunately has most of the locker room against them. Cheers CM Punk. Randy Orton, 88s. Again, I want a title run on him. Roman Reigns, 97s, 96s, 95s, just a complete badass in this game. Rusev with low 80s. Sami Zayn with 90s effectively, similar to Seth Rollins. Nakamura's at 88 and 90s, but again, the problem is a lot of these guys are 37, so it's kind of like one reign and then I need to drop them down a little bit. And then Miz, 37 as well, but really over, doing fantastic things with the US title. Upper mid card, we've got Aiden English sitting about the 62s. Big Cass, 65s as well. So a lot of promising acts considering their age. Sabin at 64. He's probably going to get into the cruiserweight division. Hashimoto 62, but plenty of time. Darren Young 64. Enzo 62. Hayato de Fujita 62. So there seems to be a big gap between like the 62s and the 65s to the 75 over guys. So I kind of need to bridge that gap a little bit. Jason Jordan 60s. Jay Briscoe 62. I believe he's injured. Yep, so he won't be getting used anytime soon. The Briscoes, one's injured, the other one will probably just go to Lucha Underground for a bit. Jay Lethal 63, Jeff Hardy 70, so he's kind of on his own there. JSO, more so 65s, Kalisto 63, Kane 55, Kane's kind of phasing out on ECW. Carl Anderson 60, unsure what to do with Carl, I want to turn him face, but I don't know. Kofi at 58, Luke Gallows at 58. These are ones I thought were a bit more over than they actually are, but it is what it is. I suppose they've dropped a good bit, which is saw them go from C plus, C minus, C plus, C minus with C's in between. Rey Mysterio 59, Samoa Joe 70, Sheamus 60, 74 for Naito, 65 for Simon Gotch, 60 for Trent Beretta, and 62 for Tyler Breeze. So not really going to go over this much more other guys. Just going to show who else we've got. We've got likes of Austin Aries, Bo Dallas, Chad Gable, Kurt Hawkins, Dash Wilder, so of Richards and Edwards, and of course Drew Galloway, Eric Young, Lamita, Hideo Itami, Jey Uso, John Morrison, Johnny Gargano, so hopefully something for him, Jushin Thunder Liger, Kenny Omega, Manny Andrade, so these are guys that are 50s as well, just close to the upper mid card because of their numbers. Mark Briscoe, Michael Elgin, Neville, Bret Titus, Ricochet, Scott Dawson, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, Tony Nese, Trevor Lee, Tyson Kidd, Will Ospreay, Xavier Woods, Zack Ryder, and Zack Sabre Jr. So there's a lot of guys as well that are lower mids. You can see a few of them there. They're going to be more of your ECW guys. Guys that you'll probably see more likely will be Jervis Cottonbelly. I want to give him a little push. Maybe see something with Kushida, Mojo Rawley, because they've got the team of Mojo Bojo and like TM61 and stuff like that. So them to look forward to. But the brand that the push that I'm most excited about, they've been absolutely fantastic for me, has been our women's divisions. Obviously one now on Raw and one on SmackDown. Some have got really over, some haven't. AJ Lee's a bit of a disappointment, she's just rating at the 47s. Alexa Bliss has done well, 43s, 44. She's young enough that she's got plenty of time. Ashley, the former Madison Rain, 36s, but she's just really used her experience to put others over. Asuka at 43. Barbie Hayden only at 20. Not real sure what she's going to do. I think she'll probably end up being released, I think. Then you get Bayley, who's up at mid-60s, which is good considering it's not a integrated division, so they kind of are limited to how far they can get over. But she's come a long way since her debut, 40s up to 60s. It's not as easy as the men getting over, so good on her, she's done well. Becky up to the 70s as well, she's been great. As to say, unfortunately, she's got that physical injury. Achilles tendonitis, that's going to keep her out. I don't use her too much, but she'll probably still get pushed. Obviously, a former Women's Wrestler of the Year. Billie Kay, 46, again, 28, so she's so much time. I don't know how she's a 20-year pro, though. Carmella, 38, bit of time left for her. 64 for Charlotte, hopefully a bit of time with her. Emma, low 60s as well. 28, plenty of time to push her over, is one of the main women's wrestlers. She's really good in real life, and I think people will notice that when she comes back from injury, but this is Emma time effectively, and I feel like pushing into Mania, hopefully and get her close to the 70s. Erika, 38. Eva Marie, low 50s, 60s. She's all over the place there, Novelness, but she's delivered well. Her paired with Cesaro is good. She obviously got the storyline with her, Cesaro, and The Miz. I want to try and make her the most over woman in the game, and maybe a title run in the line. Would people like that? Probably not. Eve Torres, 36 to 39. Evie, 37s. Io Shira's done well because she's only really just joined the company. They were all really low, so her popularity in a short space of time has skyrocketed. As you can see, 6s, 7s in places where she wasn't too popular. So she's done well. It's going to take time, plenty of time to do that. Caitlyn, 36, really, her return hasn't been great. I don't know what we'll do with her. Callie Perez, as much as she's been a key figure in my TNA save, she's really here just to put ladies over. Might end up seeing her back on Lucha Underground. Kelly, again, never really used her, so I think she'll probably go. Kimberly, 35s, 32s, one of the ones that's hyped up in the creative meetings to be something special. We'll let her bide her time in ECW and then we'll give her a chance. Speaking of chances, expect a big push in the future for Liv Morgan, 23, so she's got plenty of time to get over. And obviously she's learning with Sasha Banks. She's wrestling the likes of Bayley. Excited to see how she does in the game and of course in real life. Makoto, 20. I do want to bring in like a Japanese junior Joshi division, but we'll see. Not really doing much at the moment. Mandy Leon's had a few wins on SmackDown. ECW. See what happens there. Martine. The problem is, as much as I book a lot of ladies strong, a lot of ladies have to job out and be enhancement talents. Let's get what Martine is. Mia Yim's just up to the main roster, so she'll get a push in the ECW brand before moving to Raw or SmackDown. 52 and obviously where TNA was. Other stuff, that takes time. In fact, not even where TNA was, that's where our development is, so our development's helped her get to 52. Natalia, same as your life, she's just there. Paige has done phenomenal things. Women's Wrestler of the Year. Just very unlucky not to be champion because Finger need a run. Emma need a run, but we paired her with Seth, it got her over, and she even got herself up just close to a B-, so she's young enough as well in this save to really get herself over. Rio has just signed, plenty of time to work with her in ECW. Santana Garrett, 30s, we'll see what we do with her in ECW. The Boss is 25, she's got 62s in most places. Again, everybody's got title runs, but she's done well to maintain her high level of overness, and she put Bayley over. It's a good honour. Sienna, 37s, 38s, might give the former Alison Kay something. Maybe a move from ECW. Feel she could tangle well with the likes of Sasha, Bayley, Becky, Charlotte, and Emma. Sue Young at 35, Taya at 36, because she's the older one of the women's wrestlers, so I know she's pretty decent in the ring, so we'll see what happens in terms of her going forward. And Tiffany Terrell, Taron of course, is 42s. So that's it. I don't want to do 12:20 because that's probably roughly going to be about half hour video, but we're coming along nicely, and I am going to move on and start booking towards the Royal Rumble. And apart from that, all I can say is thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, a little insight into the company. If there's any other things like when the network launches, we take over any other companies, I'll let you know. It'll probably be in one of the pay-per-view videos. Maybe do some updates like this every so often that aren't an actual show going forward. But as I say, if we did do it after every show, we'll be talking 40-minute episodes every time, and I just feel that's a bit too much. Let's say, any questions you'd like to know, the chances are when this goes live, we will be a bit further in the save. But if there is any time you wish to see how a wrestler's doing with their overness, or where they are in the save in general, please don't hesitate to tweet me at 21maxwell and just say something like, hey, saw the video, could you check someone, and I'll happily get a gazzle to you and let you see them. So that's no problem at all. As I say, as always guys, thanks for watching, it's deeply appreciated. Say, if you've got any other comments, please leave them in the comments section. Likes and subscriptions are always deeply appreciated as well. I know I keep saying likes and stuff like that, but it just kind of gets the stuff out there. And with the subscriptions, a lot of this is on a kind of schedule, so like instead of you having to look around for stuff, it's going to be a certain day, a certain time, it's always going to be there. And of course, guys, trust me, if you want to get into this kind of stuff, do not hesitate to get involved. So the best places to get started and get a bit of recognition to start with is definitely the Grey Dog Software forums, the Dynasty section there. YouTube videos are allowed, or written diaries as well. And of course the Fantasy Bookers subreddit. As I say, links are both down below. We're trying to make good things happen on the Fantasy Bookers subreddit. It's one of the nicest and friendliest subreddits I've been a part of, and everyone just keeps helping themselves. Helping others, and helping put people over and stuff like that. It's really good. It's good, especially if you're kind of on the fence of buying the game. A lot of people there that kind of say the good things about it and kind of help you. And it's taught me a lot of things that I've made mistakes on. Let's say apart from that, I know there's a website. It should probably be running now. I don't have the link on me at the moment, but as soon as there's the website, since at the time of this recording, EW Warehouse is no more. So with the new place for mods and stuff, once I get official that that's going to be the place to go, then I've linked to that in every video as well, and that'll give you pretty much the hub for all kind of TW 2016 skins, face packs, mods, present day mods, fictional mods, you name it. Anyway, I'm absolutely knackered. I've just played 2 hours of football. I am absolutely scunnered. And now it's Backlash, so this is kind of like 2 months in advance. So I'm going to sit and chill, play a bit of TW, so that's why I get the video sitting done, so I can just chill, enjoy the pay-per-view, and book some TW. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to Ramble. It's deeply appreciated. And just keep enjoying the game, guys. Thanks as always. Bye-bye.